How many of you talk to yourselves? I constantly have conversations with myself. We all do. But how often we've been told that's wrong. Hell, I argue with myself. Aaron said it this morning. What were you doing last night, Aaron, that you were talking about? You woke up this morning shouting. And who are you shouting to?
June. She
Okay.
couldn't hear me. But
Yeah, that's right.
what I needed to say needed to be said out loud. That language, the other side, the dichotomous conversation of what I've asked Luca to do and what I told Latha wasn't necessary, and where we experienced Christine and Latha in their bubbles of being and not staying and not thinking and not doing, but just being in this space. As a person who has needed language to survive, because people couldn't handle Aaron's energy. So I relied on my language that was empowered by my energy to get my message across. How come if I put on a Kung Fu uniform, I can scream obscenities into a person's face, violent, vile, abusive obscenities, and watch them find their center of love?
Yeah.
Because I have created an environment where no matter what language I use, they can receive it and respond in a much more powerful way. Luca, I appreciate what you said. And as I told you in the chat, my son is a sound engineer. I paid for a degree. He has opened a music studio. He has been a prodigy musician, like his biological father, his whole life. I put a drum set in his room, and I had been playing drums since I was 12 years old. In 2 weeks, he was better than I ever had been or can hope to be, because he's a prodigy musician. I have the thoughts and the music in my head, but they cannot come through my hands. I played classical violin for 12 years. I've played drums. I cannot create music with my hands. There's a stop somewhere. And AI has allowed me to take the language in my head, and all of my music began with me playing my favorite music, all this metal music, and taking a microphone and saying, every day and in every way, my financial situation gets better and better. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantity through multiple sources on a continuous basis. My marriage is passionate. I am a money magnet. And I would go through every affirmation I could think of, and I would record my voice over the music I love, and I would listen to it while I lifted weights. And when AI came out and someone played a birthday song for me, and I felt good about my birthday, I said, all of this language in my head can now be put to the music that I hear. So when I say my affirmation, you think I create this music for Robert and I and you. This is mine. These are the words in my head. There are songs that I have that are ancient spells. There are songs that I have that are teaching me how to manifest the life I desire. I play them for you guys, and you guys like them or not. But this experience of AI allowing me to get the sound and the words and the rhythm and the tones and the neural beats and the subliminal stuff to change my mind about Aaron. That's what I have here. That's the power of language. And my knowing comes from words. When Latha talks, when Melissa asks a question, the words appear in my mind. I am a language knower. I am clairsentient.
Does this make sense, everybody? Are you picking up what he's putting down? And that's it. That's what the verbal does, the internal verbal modeling.
Yes.
It wants to integrate it into meaning for us. And when you do this process and you think about it, when you are in that knowing, in your internal thoughts, it produces short, declarative statements. Whew, that was a tough one. When Aaron was giving you those examples of his declarations, notice how crisp and clear he knew what they were, and as he said them into a microphone so he could hear them again and again. and it happens quickly. That's another way of knowing on your language is it happens quite, does not require rehearsal. You don't have to think about it, get it perfect. Am I going to do it right? And it actually, and I want you to understand this, it actually often ends a question rather than extending it. And I was in a breakout room with someone in the room of reflection a little earlier. And I want you to be listening, and they'll know who it is as I'm talking, because they got caught into something that when you're not into the knowing in the language, you get into looping. You keep looping and saying the same thing in different ways over and over and over and over again. And that's not what we're talking about this. We want, instead of you thinking about something, knowing speaks in those conclusions and thinking speaks in options. Speaking keeps you into the loop that you're going to do. When people hear an inner sentence, the brain actually activates the same regions used in external hearing. You know, and I'm going to go to the example that Aaron was just doing. He taught me something that changed my life. Many things he's taught me has changed my life. But this one, for my affirmations, I had a hard time remembering them. And then he taught me the first letter instruction on how to put your declarations down. Instead of trying to say, you know, I am important, I have important work to do, and trying to write that down every single day, trying to remember it and get it locked in, I just put I. Because my mind, as soon as I write it down, my mind says it, which is like I'm hearing it in my head. I am important. Then IHIWTD. I have important work to do. Because as I think of each of those letters, automatically I'm hearing it in my voice. Raise your hand if you're getting this. And how many of you have ever had something where you've said something or someone else said it and all of a sudden it just landed with you? How many of you have ever had that?